Hi, welcome to Yoga with Liza. I have lost track of how many Sundays that we have been doing this. And so today I am going to do a quick plant talk um, with cedarwood being my new Cedarwood Atlas being my new all-time favorite. There are other cedarwoods. There's cedarwood Himalayan, which is a little bit softer and gentler than the cedarwood Atlas. There's also cedarwood Texas or and a cedarwood Virginia red. The Texas cedarwood and the Virginia cedarwood are actually junipers, but they do smell like cedarwood, but they're in the juniper family. Cedarwood Atlas. Why is this so important to me? Cedarwood Atlas is ancient, was used in um, the Middle East with burning cedar wood branches on the fire to keep the mosquitoes away and helps the city to smell nice. Cedarwood Atlas kills fleas while being safe for cats and dogs, and actually really good for humans because cedarwood Atlas is packed full of a subchemical chemotype within the plant that's called a sesquiterpene. Sesquiterpenes are the smallest in the terpene families, and the wonderful thing about a sesquiterpene is that it can bind and carry an oxygen cell like your hemoglobin. So when you're breathing in cedarwood atlas essential oil, you're breathing in molecules that have extra oxygen cells attached to it. They can go into your bloodstream, and it's believed that a sesquiterpene can actually physically cross the blood brain barrier. So, all of the oils cross the blood brain barrier via scent, but physically cross it with a sesquiterpene. There's my plant talk for the night. And I'm moving right along here. We have lots to do. And so I am just going to put a call out to Cindy and that um so they know that we're here. Okay. Cindy's here. And everybody else chime in, let me know that you're here. But I had a firm commitment there. Kids, Connor, Henry, Nicholas. I don't know Nicholas's brother's new name. Connor and Henry have a new cousin, and it's also starts with a C. We also have Wyatt, Ricky, Angelo, Braylon, Harper, and lots of other kids here in the neighborhood, and cousins of all of my grandchildren and friends. So some of them I know are watching the Eagles game tonight here in southeastern Pennsylvania, parts of New Jersey. The Eagles are playing. I'm doing my yoga and I'm going to bed. Now, I worked hard today out in the yard. The leaves are falling. The trees are starting to turn beautiful colors. It's a beautiful time of year. All right, so kids, we're going to do our routine. We're going to bring our arms out. We're going to do the sun. And grown ups, you're welcome to join in with the kids, and kids, you're welcome to join in with the grown ups. And then I'm going to come into cloud or goddess pose. And then opening, I'm coming into star and breathing into it. And then gently bring the hands together, arch over to one side, and come all the way back over to the other side. Oh, crescent moon. Bringing our hands to heart center. Pick up that right foot, bring the knee to the right, and come into our tree, wherever our tree may be. And cedarwood atlas is a tree, and it's also one. Bring that right foot down, shift over, come back into tree on the other side. Our cedarwood atlas is also antiviral. Cold and flu season starting to kick in. It's a great way to purify the house. And if you have pets, bring that left foot down, bring the feet wide. Let's come into ladybug or wide leg squat. And this is such an important pose place. If we can get our heels come a little bit wider, all the way to the mat so that the knees are up above the hips. And then bring our hands forward and plant the hands, and let's do our cow and our cat and cow and cat. Bring the fingers wide, push back into our downward dog. Shoulders come together. I know why it's really good at this, and Henry's been practicing too. Bring the knees to the mat, the toes together. Wide like child's pose. Stretch it out. Walk our hands all the way back up. Bring the fingers around. Stick out our tongue. Lion's breath roar. And then gently shift. Bring the hips over to one side, the feet to the side. Gently coming into a twist. Breathing into it. If you can't see on the camera, these are little elephants on my pants. And elephants are the mover of immovable objects. Bringing the feet all the way back around. Kanish is the name that is used in India for the elephant. And gently coming into this twist. And then coming all the way back to center. Bringing the feet, coming into easy cross leg. Bringing our hands to heart center, saying namaste to the kids. I am doing our world meditation here, and gently spinning the world around. North America's here, sending out prayers, our Father, um, sending Reiki, simply bringing our hands up and saying, love, love, love. And tonight, sending out Reiki energy, healing for everybody who may be sick. going to spin the world around. So you guys have, this is Africa and Asia, and I've got North America on my side, and then we'll spin it back and gently bringing it back around the other way and bringing that back over and stacking our feet, bringing our hands to our knees. Maybe we have one foot in front, one foot behind, and reverse where we were, putting the world in the light of the candle, and I got the candle lit tonight. May we see what we need to see. Let's take our hands and rub them, rub them, rub them. Gently cover our eyes, thanking our eyes for all that they do. And may we see all things that are true. Bringing our hands to our ears, thanking them for all that we hear. Covering our mouths and our throat. May we speak our truth with love. Covering our heart. May we open our hearts and love. Now, bringing it in slow and strong, I'm going to come through a half a sun salutation and some warrior poses. We haven't done a warrior pose on a Sunday night for a long time. And then I'm going to pull the blocks out and bolsters, and we'll do some closing restorative poses and hold those for 3 to 5 minutes depending on how it feels. But coming through the hatha poses, a hatha sun salutation is stretches every muscle in the body, and it just creates such a great feeling. So we're going to start standing, and I have my soup cans. My soup cans are actually my garbanzo beans or my chickpeas, and they're just under a pound. They're 15.5 ounces. I like working with a very light weight for resistance. I went and took a weight class. It was pretty awesome with Mary Ann. But 10 pounds, my back, although, anyway, we're not going to get into all that. We're going to have a good time tonight. So let's lift the soup cans up overhead. Exhale, come all the way through heart center. Feel that gentle forward fold. And then as we come halfway with a flat back, exhale, bring that right foot back for low lunge. And then gently pick up the one hand. And the soup cans are optional. You don't need to use them. And bring that hand back down. And I'm gently going to bring my knee to the mat as I come back. And first time down, let's come through dolphin plank and gently stretch out onto the mat. And come all the way down and come into our Sphinx. Bringing our hands back. Maybe you come through tabletop. Push all the way back. Downward dog. And I'm doing 5 deep breaths here. 8 count inhale, 8 count exhale. Maybe bring the knees to the mat. Maybe bring that right foot out in front. Pick up that back foot. Feel our low lunge, back knee. Inhale up. Bring the right hand down. Step forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Tuck the chin, roll all the way up. Bring the hands up overhead. Come back through heart center. Tadasana. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back with that left foot for low lunge. Pick up the left hand. Bring the left hand down. Come back. Bring that knee through. You can come down, knees, chest and chin, or dolphin plank. And I'm going to hold this for 10 breaths. Exhale down. Gently coming back. Exhale back, coming into downward dog. Picking ourselves up, coming all the way up and over. Pick up that left foot. Bring it up in between. Maybe you bring it all the way up. Maybe you drop to the knee. Bring that left hand up. Exhale, bring it down. Step forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Hands come back by our side. Tadasana. So that stretches all of our muscles. Now we're going to step back, right foot back, warrior one. Square off our hips. Maybe we come cactus arms, maybe all the way up overhead. Feeling our warrior one. Breathing into it. Bringing our hands into heart center. Open that back foot. Feel our warrior two. Maybe the palms come up. Bring them back down. And this is why I'm using light weights, because I'm extending the weights out far from my body, but it creates a light resistance. Now, as we come into warrior three, I am going to turn, but I am going to back up to the wall here so that as I come forward, I'm bringing my foot purposely to the wall. Option, you can turn and face the wall or use a chair. And I'm going to hold the soup cans into heart center today. Maybe you extend them straight out in front. I'm keeping them in. I did lots of raking, pushing the lawnmower. Bring that foot back down, carried firewood. All right. That counts. It's part of the workout, right? So gently square off the hips, facing forward. Left foot back, right foot forward. Warrior one. And again, 5 deep breaths. Bringing the hands in together. Arms come out in a T, feeling our warrior two. Bringing the hands in, and I'm coming back around so that I can bring that left foot back to the wall and connect that back foot into the wall, making warrior three a little more grounding. And I'm holding the soup cans in the middle and breathing into it, leveling the hips. Nice. And bringing that foot all the way back, coming back to center, and gently coming back to center. We're going to come through one full Ashtanga Namaskara. Modify as you need to. You can use, I'm not using the soup cans because we're going to just come all the way through. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Flat back. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. So in Chaturanga, we're lifting our own weight. And come all the way back over. Downward dog. Step, walk, jump, come to the front of the mat, flat back, fold, inhale all the way up, hands come back through heart center, Tadasana. Okay, bringing it down to the mat, I'm getting my bolsters and my blanket. And the blocks are out. So after a day of a good 4 or 5 hours working outside, it's nice to come in and slow it down. I'm going to bring the bolster right up next to my thigh and just a gentle twist. Maybe you use um, more than one. I'm actually going to cover myself. It's a little bit here. Maybe you want something between your feet as you roll down onto the bolster and just melt in here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And we're going to gently bring it around to the other side. And bring that bolster in. Gently walking down. And I did actually take these and put these in the dryer last week just to freshen them up. Gently pushing ourselves back up. And Supta Konasana, I am going to do the version up against the wall with the blocks. And I know I've done this version probably a couple weeks in a row, but I like having my head coming up. It's just, to me, to do it this way is so nurturing, and so that we have the bolster here. And maybe you have another bolster or a blanket. And so, what I'm doing here, I'm taking this is actually a rice bag, and I'm going to use that as a neck pillow. And then, as I have the soles of my feet together, I am putting a blanket underneath the soles of my feet as a bolster. Maybe you have a second bolster, which I do, but I'm just going to show you this way. Um, and then bring the rice bag or a little towel. You can roll a towel to make a neck. You could put your blocks under your arms and gently using the blanket to support the knees in place of a bolster. Maybe you straighten the legs out a little more so you're in a fish, or bring them back in. The other thing that we can do is take the blanket under and wrap it around and tuck it in. And there we go. Come on. I was looking for you. This is Luna, for those of you who don't know. And she comes in and helps us with yoga. And then gently untwisting ourselves and coming all the way down onto the mat. I'm going to bring this down, and I'm getting a block because for me the bolster's too high to do a restorative bridge. And the other option is you could put a bolster under your knees. And so she was watching me from all the windows as I was working and saying, "What are you doing out there? You're supposed to be in here in the yoga room." So here we are. And melting into this restorative bridge. And then gently take the block or the bolster out, bring ourselves down to the mat. Bring that right foot straight up in the air. We're going to come into incumbent pigeon. This is such a beautiful hip opener. After we stretch that foot, bring that right ankle to the left thigh. And then gently bring it back behind. And bring that right foot back to the mat. Bring the left foot up in the air. Gentle circles. one way, gentle circles back around the other way. Gently cross that left ankle onto the right thigh. Bringing both feet back to the mat. Bring the legs out in a T. Gently let both legs come over to the right. Great big hip opener. Looking to the left, and I have my arms in cactus arms because that just feels better to me to have the shoulders in the mat. And then coming all the way back through center, bring the knees into the middle, lift up, come down, bring the knees over to the left as we look to the right. And then coming back to center, lift up, come down, bringing our knees in, feel happy infant. Now maybe you turn around and use the wall or the sofa, and I'm going to use my blanket to cover my feet as I come into truly legs up the wall. And Somebody's snuggled in really nice and tight here, so I'm not going to turn around. I'm just going to hold this position. But if you want to turn around and bring your legs up, now bringing our legs down, I'm coming into a restorative fish. And you can use a block or a bolster. And I'm putting this block between my shoulder blades. You're okay. And just gently releasing over the block in a supported fish. So I want my legs straight out. Maybe you choose to have the bolster underneath. And then gently take the block out and bring yourself into Savasana. Maybe you want a pillow for your head, a blanket, and I'm gently joining you tonight and just melting into the mat here. And one of my favorite things, if you have the bolster, is to put the bolster under the knees and gently roll down. Let go of the breath. Let every muscle melt into the mat. Sending out Reiki over the airwaves to those who wish it. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching the arms up overhead. Bringing our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a hug. Gently roll over onto the right side, pausing and thanking ourselves for our practice. Gently pushing our hands into the mat, bringing ourselves up into easy cross leg, bringing our hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. I invite you to join me in a gentle Om, taking a great big inhale in May the light within me salute the light within you. And when we are at this place, we are all the same. Namaste. Be happy, safe, and healthy until we meet again. As far as I know, it will be next Sunday night or Monday night. I will reach out and post on Facebook. Um, but hopefully, we'll be at the regular scheduled time, 8 o'clock. And thank you for being here, Cindy, Ethel, and I know there's others who are here who have clicked the like button. Have a great night.